Lindsay Cooper, doing option 1, reading a monologue as Regina from The Little Foxes. As a child, I was never one to speak my mind or join in on any conversation. I held back and just listened. I was a very small, frail girl. I had few friends and mostly hung around by myself. Since I was so small and quiet, I was often picked on by the people around me. My brothers, Ben and Oscar, were the absolute worst about it. Since I was the only girl, you would think they would be loving and protect me like most brothers would. But not my brothers. They left me to the wolves. I spent so many nights crying in my bedroom because of how devious and mean they were to me. All they did, night and day, was pick on me. Looking back now, I think they were jealous of me to an extent. I was smarter than both of them combined, plus some. Even though I am a girl, I still, as a child, enjoyed the outdoors and getting my hands dirty just every now and then. No matter how hard I tried, the boys would never even let me come near them, much less play with them. I was stuck all alone for most of my childhood. If people say I'm mean and hateful today, maybe they should ask my brothers as to why I'm like that. I remember so vividly one night we were sitting around eating dinner as a family, something that rarely ever happened. I decided to try and get some conversation going. My parents never really said much. They were always too busy or had their minds elsewhere. I told my family how earlier that day I had gone for a long walk and discovered what I thought was a very cool piece of land by our house. It had the most beautiful greenery and a small creek. After a few moments of me talking, it became clear that not one person at the table was interested in anything I had to say. I wondered why nobody showed any interest in me. What was I doing wrong? What was making people, even my own family, my own parents, so cold towards me? I stopped talking when Ben chimed in a few seconds later and said, "Thank God that's over." Oscar, of course, agreeing with him. I started to break down and slow dripping tears from my face, which they just started to laugh at. I always thought to myself, how are they my brothers? And yet they still treat me like I'm their worst enemy. I try so hard to be nice to them and I get nothing in return. I was so tired of living the life I was, and I truly think this night at the dinner table brought me to my absolute wit's end. I still believe to this day that that was the night that changed my life. It had taken me so many years to realize I was not the problem. It was them. They were just hateful children and had it out to make me feel terrible about myself no matter how hard I tried. I was done being the small, frail girl that everyone thought they could just run over and not care about how badly it would affect me. From that night, I decided the only person I cared about was me. I was going to do whatever it took to get everything I wanted in life, which is what I still continue to do today. Nobody, not even my husband, Horace, could make me happy. I knew it was a mistake to marry him the second after I did it, but what he had is what I wanted, money. His money, the only good thing to come out of my marriage to him. In a world like this, you have to be tough and not care about what people think. Obviously, I can thank my brothers, to an extent, for all the torment. It made me realize I'm alone in this world and need to be strong for myself. At the end of the day, myself is all I'll have. All who will care. People may try and act like they care about you, but they don't. It's everyone for themselves, and only the strongest survive and live the life they want. I will stop at nothing to be one of those people. I would love nothing more to look down on my brothers one day and have them begging at my feet to give them just a fraction of what I have. That is what I've lived for since that night at the dinner table when I realized they would never care about me and I had to give up on my relationships with them. That is the day when they are begging at my feet for what I have. I will know everything I've done has been 100% worth it.